Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. This is another AMA episode. That is, Ask Me Anything. I love to answer your questions. If you've got a question you think is going to be of broad interest, send it in. I'll answer it live on the air. Send your questions to victor@victorjm.com. That's victor@victorjm.com. Joseph asks, my wife and I are getting ready to move into rental properties, and we're at a sticking point of what a rental should be like inside. I'm okay with things being clean, unbroken, and livable. She's more of the opinion of caring about the person renting and providing them something new or like new. She wants to care about them as a person. We're stalled in moving forward as we cannot agree. How say you? What is the right amount of quality and care for a rental versus your own home? Is there a difference? Thank you, Joseph. This is such a great question. But in order to answer the question, I think it would be helpful to reframe the question. I'll start by saying that you're both right. I'm not just being diplomatic. Ultimately, the finer points of what to upgrade versus what to repair will depend on the answer to the following questions. It's very important to answer the question of who is going to be your target client and what is the product that they're looking for. Who is that target client? Who is your ideal client? In virtually every industry, there are products positioned at different segments of the market at different price points. For example, you wouldn't expect the same amenities at a Fairmont hotel compared with Motel 6. Everything about those two product offers is different. The Motel 6 is going to be right off the exit from the freeway. The Fairmont Hotel will be in an amazing location it'll have striking architecture, and it'll offer luxury services that are simply not of interest to the trucker looking for a place to crash for the night just off the edge of the freeway. They're also priced very differently. The Motel 6 might be $60 a night, and the Fairmont could be well over $300. While a beautiful plush terry cloth robe is lovely for just about anyone, you won't get a higher nightly rate at Motel 6 if you put a terry cloth robe in every room. In fact, it would be out of place. But if there wasn't a terry cloth robe for each guest in the closet at the Fairmont, you'd be disappointed. It would be conspicuous by its absence. It all comes down to knowing your target client and positioning your product to that target client. So back to your situation with a rental property. Who is going to be your target client? Are you targeting young families, students, senior citizens who are on their own, Army veterans with disabilities, young professionals, tenants with rent subsidies, or workers at a nearby hospital or factory? All of these ideal clients will be looking for a different product with different amenities. Some may want interesting spaces to showcase their collection of trophies. Others will want a space to hang a 60-inch television. Some will want cloth drapes, and some will want aluminum blinds. You might want 2 sinks in the bathroom instead of 1. You might want a standing shower versus a tub shower combination. All of these decisions start with knowing your target client. One rookie mistake I often see people make is they go out and they buy what they can afford based on the money they have in their bank account right now. Now, I'm not saying you're doing that, but it's something to watch out for. The marketplace doesn't care about how much money you have. The market cares about renting a product that meets the demand. Elderly people would prioritize an elevator much higher than, say, someone in their 20s. I really urge you to think deeply about who you want your ideal client to be. Look in the local market to see where the shortage is. There's almost always a shortage. For example, we noticed that in Philadelphia, there was a shortage of parking. Whenever possible, we build our new apartment buildings with ground-level structured parking, and we elevate the building on top of the parking. Dedicated parking is so rare in Philadelphia, it would take decades for enough parking to be built to satisfy the demand. And we're hugely confident that we'll almost never experience vacancy in a building with parking. Even if the market went through a huge downturn, a building with parking would always be in high demand. Figure out what will differentiate your product in your market, and more specifically, speak directly to your target client. One of the classic improvements in older apartment buildings is to bring washer and dryer units into each unit. The small vertical stacked units can fit in almost any closet, and provided you have enough power to power the dryer, you should be able to get at least $50 a month more rent for including a washer dryer in the unit. When you look at the value increase for including a washer and dryer, that additional investment is absolutely a no-brainer. I want to thank you, Joseph, for a great question. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.